Hey Fatima, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So thanks for having me come to your lesson. And now we're focusing on standards 4 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Content knowledge and the application of the
Yeah.
content. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
You want to talk about what you think went well, what the objectives were?
Yeah. I started my lesson with a warm-up activity about asking the students about finding the tip or the whole price. It was a warm-up from the previous lesson. Then we watched a short video about explaining how to calculate in details the markup and the markdown, and we gave a few examples about that. Then we moved to first activity. I gave them a few minutes to do the work individually. Then we moved to a group work where they can discuss what they got. I always use the random regrouping to help them have new groups and new people to communicate with. After that, we went back together to discuss the results and clarify any misunderstanding about how to calculate the markup and the discount. After that, we moved to I asked them a conceptual question about applying the discount in if they have any value given. So whatever the price given, how are you able to calculate this this discount or this markup? After that, we did the commission. I noticed a lot of students, they don't know what does it mean, the commissions. A few students, they give you a few examples about it, but still some students, they're confused about
What the commission is.
What commission is.
Because there is a lot of vocabulary.
Yes,
There's a lot of math vocabulary.
A lot of vocabulary.
Yeah.
And how to calculate this and how to find it.
Okay.
Then we followed this by a partnered work. Also, I give them feedback on their work. Then we did the exit ticket. For the exit ticket, which I think it should be more specific about the lesson, maybe give them question next time about finding a specific markup or markdown. The students will benefit more from this. Instead of asking broad question, where do you find percentage in real life? I think
that
yes.
could be for an extension. You could
Yeah.
use that for extension, right? For the
Yes.
kids that have really shown the mastery.
Yeah, maybe.
Where would you find that in real life?
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah.
And then the exit ticket maybe being a little more specific. That
Yeah,
would be
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do this. So what I noticed throughout the lesson, some students they incorrectly calculate, for example, the discount or the so by subtracting the percentage instead of finding the percentage of the price first. And I noticed that some students, they still struggle by setting the proportion. Okay, as you know, we shift from online for the past few weeks, and now we came back
That's been
in
difficult,
person.
right?
Yeah.
Difficult transition.
Yeah, I noticed some students, even though we did a lot of practice, a lot of activities, interactive activities, but still some students, they're not very accurately setting the proportion before applying the calculation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and what are you doing to reteach for them or?
To be honest, I'm doing the reteaching. We are doing more practice, more application in class. I'm trying to just circulate in the class, give them feedback about their work, and of course the homework on daily basis, just to make sure that they are getting.
Because you mentioned that this you're getting towards the end of the unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a certain expectation that they.
We're gonna have our summative test in the coming 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We did a formative actually, but the results I noticed they can do better. So of course some students, they master it, but still some students, they need extra support with this.
Okay, yeah, so just a few things, I noticed, and wanted to discuss. So one of the main activities, the car dealership.
Yeah.
With I know, of course, for 7th grade, you're trying to use five digits.
Correct.
Right? 5-digit, prices and things like that. But instead of a car dealership, to make it maybe a little bit more real world for 7th graders, you could do, I think we were even talking about it, something that would really grab their attention, like, especially with our kids, like, there's a Ronaldo's wife wants to buy a $12,000 handbag.
Yeah.
Or something like that,
Yeah.
And then maybe
Yeah, something they're interested in.
something that they're interested in that would relate to them, or,
Yeah.
that's just one thought on how to make that a little bit more real world.
Yeah.
Because I think that would increase your engagement.
Mhm.
Then they would be like, oh, so that's one thing that, I noticed that you had kids asking and you were clarifying the vocabulary. It is a lot of different, there's a lot of multi-step problems,
Mhm.
right? A lot of multi-step. How do you think your kids are doing with that, with the multi-steps?
Yeah, of course, some students, they can get
Do
it
it, yeah.
easily, but still some students, they're confused about, especially when it's multi-step, to how to start or what step should they apply first.
Right.
So even though we have, I always keep, for example, the formula in front of them.
Right, I see the formula,
Yeah.
is right there on the board,
Yeah,
yeah.
And they just need to set the proportion, find what's
Right.
missing, but still some students, they don't know how to start this, how to find the information from
How
the
to do
word
it,
problem,
right, yeah.
how to get the information. Yeah, and I think that's because, as you mentioned, because of the wording, so the vocab, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the same proportion, but if they see it in a different context, they will not be able
Right.
to.
So we're missing that application,
Yeah,
right,
the
of
application.
the mathematical
Correct.
understanding.
Yes.
Another idea I wondered if you wanted to try is, because there's so much vocabulary,
Mhm.
and what if you had like a couple of stations, like this is the commission station,
Mhm.
the markup station, and and then they know in their head, it just maybe helps them activate the prior knowledge a little bit. That's just one thought. Or because they're doing all these proportion, the discount is that station, and then they rotate through, and then in their head,
They already know before it starts solving
That
that.
I'm gonna do
finding
discount.
the discount. Yeah, I'm finding.
just
yeah.
as a way to kind of reset.
Correct.
And because in your lesson, there were so many different multi-step problems that they were doing. I was wondering about the kids, like
Yeah.
switching gears, right? From mathematically.
Yeah,
But that would be a way
yeah.
for you to know too, then you
Yeah.
can,
Mhm.
like you said on the formative, you're like, wait a minute, some kids have, are way over here, and then some
Yeah.
need a little bit more practice.
Mhm.
But that's just one idea.
Mhm.
One
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, great idea. Yeah, I might apply it. Yeah, and just to mention that I followed this lesson with, okay, I'm trying to do as much as I can application and practice with them. And another activity that I did with the students, also stations activity, where they have the word problem with the solving, but there is a mistake in it,
Yeah.
where they need to find out what was the mistake.
So that could
So
be,
this
that's an
help them-
application,
to analyze and to think and to find where is the mistake in the word problem given. Yeah, I think this is it helps also with the application of the formula or to find the markup, the markdown, and that to
Right,
differentiate.
because there's so many
between them.
things they're trying
Yes.
to master, right?
Mhm.
To make sure they have a solid
Mhm.
understanding.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think you would want to improve? We've talked about a couple of things.
Yeah. Of course, at the end of the day, I want to just make sure that all the students they master this concept. You know, where at the end of the year they're going to grade 8, and I know for grade 7 this unit it's the longest one because it has a lot of standards that we need to focus at.
A lot of mathematical
a
concepts.
lot.
Yeah.
And in grade 7 they have different units. I don't think they will go back to ratio and proportion and percentage in this depth that we are explaining in grade 7.
Oh, okay.
So we need to make sure that they master this concept. And as I said, maybe more practice with them just to make sure that they got all what they need.
And what about for the extension kids?
Usually on Google Classroom, I put like additional practice for students who finish early the task, and I ask them to submit it there, and then I check it later for them. Yeah, so I always have like additional practice for early finishers.
Okay, and anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
And thank you for the great suggestions and the ideas.
Of course.
I'm gonna definitely apply them in my coming lessons.
Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima.